Assalamu alaikum. Today I deliver on research methodology. What is variable? Types of variable. What is constant? And difference between variable and constant. Characteristics of a good research proposal or successful research proposal. Components of research proposal, etc. Now I discuss about variable. According to the business dictionary, variable is a characteristics, number or quantity that increases or decreases over time or taken different value in different situation. That means variable is a characteristics or number or quantity that increase or decreases over time or taken different value in different situation. A variable is defined as anything that has a quantity or quality that varies. There are two basic types of variable: independent variable and dependent variable. Independent variable that can take different values or came corresponding change in other variables, and dependent variable that can take different variables in values in response to an independent variable. Types of variables: continuous variables, dependent variables, independent variables, confounding variable, qualitative variable, quantitative variable, and discrete variable. Constant continuous variable. Continuous variable, a variable that is not restricted to a specific value. It includes constant increment or gradation, which can be arithmetically compared or contracted. Dependent variable. Dependent variable. The values of dependent variables depend upon another variable. Independent variable. It is conventionally represent letter y. Independent variable. This variable expects to change the value, that is, it influences the dependent variable in same way. The values of independent variable are under experimental control. Confounding variable. Confounding variable is a variable that obscures the effects of another variable. It is also known as extraneous variables or intervening variables. Confounding variable muddy the water. Qualitative variable. The values which are not countable are called qualitative variable. It can be classified on the basis of characteristics. For example, religion, education, profession, etc. Quantitative variable. The variables whose values are countable are called quantitative variable. It can be classified based on numbers. Statistical data are the example of the quantitative variable. For example, weight, length or size, etc. Discrete variable. Discrete variable is a variable having only integer values. For example, number of trails needed by a student to learn a memorization task. Here the values of variable can be shown by separate number. The number of children of a family, obtain marks in examination, etc. are discrete value. Constant. Constant in mathematics, the quantity which is assumed to be unchanged is called constant. In business research, when some factors remain unchanged with the change of other is called constant. Now I discuss about difference between variable and constant. Variable. The value of variable can be changed. Constant. The values of constant is always fixed. In case of variable, there are different classes of variable, and another side constant, the constant has no classification. Variable represents by symbols, constants represent by specific symbols. Variables are categorized based on the behavior, and constant are not based on the category. Characteristics of good research proposal. A good research proposal must meet the demand in requires for research. It should be guided by its problem, and this should some specific goal. Though the research is always different from one another, but the following factors are common to all good research proposals. Number one characteristics is there should be a clear statement of research aims which defines the research problem. That means in in a good research there should be a clear statement which defines the research problems. Second, the key factors of the research should be highlighted prior to research proposal. The key factors of the research should be highlighted prior to research proposal. Third characteristics is the methodology of the research proposal must be appropriate. Fourth is a good research may be often use a combination of methodologies which complement one another. Third characteristic is the methodology of the research proposal must be appropriate. For example, if a research is conducted to justify people's perception, a more qualitative and unstructured interview may be appropriate. Fourth is a good research may be often use a combination of methodologies which complement one another. Fifth, the research should be carried out in an unbiased fashion. Seven, from the beginning, the research should have appropriate sufficient resources. The budget of the proposal should be precise and consistent. 9. All the major matters declared in the research proposal should be clearly addressed. That means major matters declared in the research proposal should be clearly addressed. The people conducting the research must be trained in research and research method. People who conduct the research must be trained in research and research method. Those who are involved in designing, conducting, analyzing, and supervising the research should have full understanding the subject area. The length of research proposal must be consistent as the reader may not lose its interest. The language of research should be easy to understand to the viewers. And if any research maintain the above mentioned criteria, that can be called a good research proposal. Components of research proposal. First components: executive summary, problem statement, research objectives, literature review, benefits of the study, methodology, data collection, work plan, plan for data analysis, qualification of the key persons, project management, budget, conclusion, limitation, and appendix. Executive summary. Executive summary or abstract. This is the summary of all the components of research proposal. This is the synopsis of all the steps to be followed in the research process. Problem statement. The problem statement should be logical and broad so that readers can learn more about the problem. And this is one of the most important part of the research proposal. Research objectives. It is also an important component of a research proposal. Research objectives are the purposes for which the research is being conducted. Literature review. Literature review means what Previous studies have been done by other researchers on the problem selected by the researcher. The main objective of literature review is to make justification of the subject matter that he has selected. Benefits of the study. This section of research proposal states the significance of the research, that is, what will be effect if the research is done and what will be the effect if the research is not done. Methodology of the study. This is the most important component of the research proposal. The methodology of the study should be consistent with other components of the research proposal. Data collection. The researcher should collect primary and secondary data from different sources. Plan for data analysis. In this section, the researcher will state the detailed plan regarding how the data will be analyzed. Work plan. Work plan mainly deals with the personnel and time needed to conduct the study. The major issues that should be included in the research proposal are planning and preparatory work, recruitment and training of the personnel, data collection, data editing, coding and entry, data analysis, preliminary reports and dissemination, preliminary reports and dissemination, final report writing. Qualification of the key persons. In this section, the researcher will state the key persons of the study and their qualification. Generally, it is expected that the researchers are experienced in the field of study and are involved in research for a long time period. Project management. The researcher should make a master plan regarding how the team will be organized to complete the study efficiently and effectively. I repeat, the researcher should make a master plan regarding how the team will be organized to complete the study efficiently and effectively. The plan deals with how the researcher team will be organized and who will keep liaison with the client. Budget. The budget deal should be submitted in the format the sponsor requests. In some cases, the budget is submitted as a separate proposal for ensuring the quality of the proposal, where budget is somewhat of secondary importance. In all cases, the budget should be realistic. Conclusion. In this section, the researcher makes summary of the whole research proposal. The researcher may state concluding comments or recommendations if he think it necessary. Limitations. It is the responsibility of the researcher to assume and state the limitation of the research study in the research proposal. If he anticipates any limitations, almost every research study faces some limitation. Appendix. Any additional information that is needed to make the research proposal informative and reliable should be given in the form of an appendix. It may include curriculum guide of the key persons of the study, detailed budget, draft questionnaire, etc. These are the components of research proposal. In next class, we discuss about qualitative research tools. Till then, Allah Hafiz.